Our service will begin in just a few minutes.
Good morning. Good morning. Okay. I'm Joanne Laspina. I'm one of the board members here, and I'd like to welcome you all to Unity Spiritual Center of Port Richard. Before we begin, if you have $1 or even some change, and you'd like to share with the hungry in our community, please come forward now and drop it into the basket here on the platform. And then the rest of us, please stand for our opening song.
I start my day with love, I start my day with love. That's what I get more of, is love. I start my day with love, I start my day with love. That's what I get more of, is love. Love, 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 love. I start my day with peace. One start my day with peace. I feel a sweet release of peace. I start my day with peace. One start my day with peace. I feel a sweet release of peace. I feel the peace, I start my day with joy. One start my day with joy. Everything I do is infused with joy. I start my day with joy. One start my day with joy. Everything I do is infused with joy. I keep it joy, joy, joy. I feel joy, joy, joy. Every day it's joy, joy, joy. I choose joy, joy, joy. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy. I feel a sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy. I feel a sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy. I feel a sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy and feel a sweet release.
Thank you, Marie. Hold that a minute. Thank you. Okay. I light this candle as a symbol and reminder to all of us that divine spirit is alive and lives in and through each one of us. Now we're going to start something new today, and I want to reintroduce you to our chaplain. So they're going to be reading the daily word up here from now on, hopefully. And we're starting today with our first brave volunteer. So come on up.
Yes, good morning, everyone. I'm Ellie Johnson, one of our prayer chaplains. And it is a joy to be here. And our daily word today is joy. So I just want to invite you to just go to your heart space and take a moment to just center down. We've all maybe had a busy morning, rushing to get here, and we are where we need to be right now. Joy. I carry joy in my heart. My many happy experiences and memories may lead me to feel joyful, but I know they are not the source of my joy. One of my divine gifts, joy, is part of my spiritual identity, as close to me as my next breath. Joy wells up and spills over within me when I bring my awareness to my spiritual nature and to my oneness with all good and all life. It is an attitude I hold in mind and a feeling in my heart. The happiness I feel in life depends on my allowing my inner wellness of joy to come forth. I nurture my joy by maintaining a regular prayer practice that enhances my awareness of God and by making time for the things that make me happiest. I go into the world grateful for the joy that resides within me, and it is my gift to share generously. And in Isaiah 55, verse 12, we're told, "For you shall go out in joy and be led back in peace." And we hold that space, and so it is. Amen.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, unity is a positive, practical path for spiritual living. We acknowledge all paths to God, so wherever you are on your spiritual path, feel free because you are welcomed here. Because we trust that someday, either in our music, our meditation, or our talk today, that you will be uplifted and inspire you to come again. Please join me now in our vision, mission, and core values. Together, vision. A world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. Our mission, through prayer, service, education, and outreach, we support transformation and heart-centered living. Our core values, we are spirit-led, learning, loving, joy-filled, and community. If you're watching from YouTube or Facebook, we welcome you. Wherever you are, may be watching, we would appreciate it if you would like to like us and subscribe. It makes it easier for you to find us, and we will feel blessed if you do so. Thank you. So now for our announcements. And so next Sunday, we have Karen doing the meditation at 10:30 at our service. So please be here for that. It's a beautiful, quiet service. And the week after, we have Greg Yarmish, who has a very unique way of speaking. And he's very intellectual and scientific, and I like him. I have a mom crush on him, I'm going to tell you the truth. So I'm glad he's back, yes. And to see more upcoming speakers, go to our website and click on the calendar and then the date at unityportritchie.org, and you will see things in the future. Now we're also collecting for, this is if you buy the $20 card, you get a lot of discounts in neighborhood stores. So you can make a difference, and you also get a discount at certain stores with this card. Then there's always the hygiene items that are needed for the elderly, and there's a list. Plus there's all this information out on the lobby for you if you want to bring it home. So I know I bring these lists to when I go food shopping, and then I pick up something on sale, of course. Okay. If you have a prayer request, please know that Silent Unity is there 24/7. Okay, and our newsletter. We send a weekly newsletter. If you're not receiving it, you can fill out the yellow card in the pew pocket in front of you, and we will get, or you can go to our Unity website, which is unityportritchie.org, and scroll to the bottom of it that says subscribe. And once again, okay, welcome. So now, is anybody here for the very first time? Or the second time? Raise your hand. Okay, good, we do have some. So simply raise your hand, and we're going to give you a welcome packet. And I also ask you to fill the yellow card in front of you and give us your information, and we will make sure that you become into our newsletter, and you'll receive a call. Thank you. Okay, today we have a guest called Marcia McCarthy, Reverend Marcia McCarthy. She's been a senior minister at 3 Unity Ministries in Chicago, Gainesville, and Citrus County, Florida. As a Unity minister, she has encouraged the practice of spiritual truth by the great mystical traditions. And as a recovering addict of 45 years, she has walked the path of surrender, acceptance, and recovery. Most crazy of all, she was a flight attendant for 30 years with Delta and has lived to tell the tale. Reverend McCarthy is a facilitator of an alternative ministry based on healing play, laughter, and creativity. It's called the Planetary Play Project, and the .org is on our website if you want to see that. She lives in Crystal River with her 2 fur babies, Joey and Sophie, who unfortunately she did not bring today. I'm sure they did. I need my little fur babies. So without further ado, Reverend McCarthy. Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I did jump ahead. Excuse me. Today is May 1st. All those who have a birthday in May, please stand up. Oh, I was going to say no one. All right. The king of the birthdays. Let us sing. Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear friends. Happy birthday to you. God is blessing you now. God is blessing you now. God is blessing you always. God is blessing you now. Yes, and then, yes, so the video will start, and then Reverend McCarthy's going to come up. Okay.
Excuse me, but that's the wrong video. If we could please play One Power. Thank you.
One power, invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power, indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say.
all just stay standing for just a moment before we go into our meditation? And stand for that one power, maybe like you've never stood before. To stand in our unity and the power of love and the decision to know our unity and to know our love. And to see that in each other right now. So I'm going to invite you just to turn to the person standing beside you or in back or in front of you and behold your oneness with that one that has come to be in unity with you today. We bow to the unity in each other. Namaste. Namaste. The light in me beholds the light in thee. And let's sit and prepare for meditation. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper. My heart goes deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper. My heart go deeper into my God. Right here, right now. Right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper. My soul go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper. My soul go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper. My love go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel myself go deeper. My love go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper. My heart go deeper into my God. Thank you, Marie. Beautiful. Another wonderful song by Daniel Naiman. In a beautiful message that really is at the heart of unity.
prayer. Prayer, the most elevated form of communication we engage in. The most powerful form of communication, prayer. It elevates our whole entire being into a place where nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible with divine love, our direct link with the power and the presence of infinite life. So as we get quiet, as we calm our bodies, you may wish to even gently close your eyes. With each breath that you breathe, becoming more centered, creating more space for infinite life to breathe itself in and through you right now, right here. Right here, there is nowhere to go or nothing to do but just simply be in the present moment. As we gently breathe and relax, we let go of any worries or concerns, any tension, any stress. Right now, it's just time to let go and move into a place of a beautiful, infinite space of love where nothing is impossible. Breathe with this knowing. Center all your awareness into your heart right now. Become aware of the energy in your heart, connecting with the energy in each heart here this morning. And connecting even further out to all of the unity communities all over the world right now. Joining together in an affirmative prayer. Joining together in oneness and in unity. Joining together, knowing in the deepest and the most elevated space that nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible with love, with compassion, with peace. So as you center your whole awareness into your heart space right now, every breath, a breath of appreciation and gratitude for being in this place at this time, knowing together that with love, divine love, nothing is impossible. Take a moment to get into that place, move into that place of gratitude and appreciation for the oneness that we are, the oneness that we know, the love that we can feel right here in this community. I'm going to invite you to spend some time in the silent sanctuary of your heart this morning. Feel the love that is there. Feel the peace that is there. And knowing, deeply knowing, that we are one in unity with all other hearts, all other minds on this beautiful planet that we call our home. I'm going to invite us to spend the silent, sacred time of our hearts, sending our love, sending our peace to all those in harm's way this morning, anyone in our world, and especially sending that love and that knowing that nothing is impossible to all our brothers and sisters in Ukraine and Russia and all those people anywhere in the world, including our own communities, where there is a sense of hopelessness. We send our hope, our faith, and our loving peace to all those who need that right now. So I invite you right now to send forth that love and that peace from your heart. Outside these doors, over the seas, to all those in need. The need of knowing that nothing is impossible with enough love. Centered in our hearts now. Breathe. Feel the energy of our divine connection, our oneness with each other in infinite life. Feel the connection, know it, and that all things are possible with enough love and peace in our hearts, sending that thought, that feeling around our world. And so it is. And we give thanks that it is so. Okay, so how are we doing? How are we doing?
Good.
Great. Yay! It's so good to be here, you all. And I'm so happy to hear of your good news, that you are on your search to find your new space. This has served you well for many years. How many years have you all been here? Since 19 what? Or 2000? 86? Wow, wow. What were we doing in 1986? Wow. Well, I'm thinking I might have still been on that airplane. You know, truly, I was on that airplane. So I love the affirmation that nothing is impossible with enough love. I love that affirmation. Love is the most powerful force in the universe. It's the magnet. It's the glue that holds us together. You might call it God. You might call it Source. You might call it Creator or Infinite Life. Teilhard de Chardin said that someday, after mastering the winds, the waves, and the tides, and gravity, we shall harness for God the energies of love. And then for the second time in the history of the world, we will have discovered fire. And Charles Fillmore, the co-founder of our Unity movement, said that in divine mind, love is the power that joins and binds in divine harmony the universe and everything in it. And our Unity Worldwide Ministries say that love is the heart of wholeness. Love is the power that integrates, balances, and actualizes the soul. Hatred wounds and separates us. Love heals and unifies us. Loving oneself and others is an essential part of becoming whole. And love is the natural expression of wholeness itself. What's your definition of love? What's your definition? Could you come up with one word that defines love?
Kindness.
Kindness. Anyone else?
Dog.
Dog. Okay. Joey. Sophie. Yeah. Yeah, love is the most powerful force in the universe. And I really teach and preach what I want to learn, what I want to embody, what I want to embrace deeply in my life, to be one with. Peace, compassion, kindness. Joey, Sophie, understanding, love. And the greatest of these is love. And it seems that there's a lot of stuff going on the contrary of that on the planet. Right now, on the planet, we have what? Riots and pandemics and homegrown terrorists and conflict and division and fear and war. That's why I got into ministry. That's why I got sober. That's why I embraced Unity's teachings. That's why I was drawn into Unity's teachings and attitudinal healing in AA. More than anything, especially now, maybe it's my age. You know, I'm one of those that we kind of mentioned in our circle at the beginning, you know, and maybe it's my age, maybe it's the age that we're living in. So right now, on my own personal journey, I tap into my Holy Trinity. That's what I'm focusing on, my Holy Trinity. Alcoholics Anonymous, Unity, and attitudinal healing. And they all have to do with healing and wholeness and oneness and letting go of fear. They have to do with freedom. They have to do with love. AA saved my life 45 years ago. Literally saved my life. Unity transforms my life every day. And attitudinal healing has taught me to teach only love, for that is what I am, and that's what you are. And we show up for each other so that we can see that. When I see that love in you, I know it's a part of me. I can see it in myself. When we say namaste, that beautiful statement or a reflection of the light in you, I behold, because I can see it because it's in me. That's what all that means. You know, because we are mirrors for each other. We are divine reflections for each other. You and I are one, and when I see your light, I acknowledge your light. I'm one with you, my brother, my sister, my family, my holy reflection. I've been on this path, what I call the path of the heart, for my entire life. The path of love. Some of it was very unconscious. I have to say that. Some of it was very unconscious. You know, I spent a lot of time in addictions. And even after my recovery, what I call my dry drunk, or some people in some circles call it dry drunk, I was unconscious. You know, it took me a while to wake up. But the majority of my life, in my 74 years, has been very conscious. A conscious evolution of my thinking and my feeling and my actions and of my very being. And what helped me get there were my Holy Trinity. The 12 steps of AA, the 12 principles of attitudinal healing, and the 5 basic teachings of unity. And I have to say that Buddhism and Judaism and Taoism and A Course in Miracles and the teaching of the Christ and other spiritual traditions, the great traditions, have supported my journey. The great truths of the great traditions. And I found at the core of those traditions has been the idea of love. You could call it connectedness. You could call it compassion. You could call it oneness. Love is ecumenical in nature. The universal truth that has been taught through all traditions is the idea of love. Once you get through the dogma, of some of our other traditions and even unity, at the heart of true spirituality is love one another. How simple. Why have we complicated it so much, The golden rule. So simple, so powerful. Interesting how we have forgotten and complicated the simple truths. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Wow. Now, unity's basic teachings, I call it in a nutshell, is God is, I am, I think it, I pray it, I live it. Would y'all say that with me? God is, I am, I think it, I pray it, I live it. The definition of unity is an organization offering a positive approach to spiritual living, to living a spiritual life, using spiritual principles and teachings to do so. We seek to accept the good, accept God in all people and situations. We began as a healing ministry. Did you all know that? We actually began as a healing ministry. Myrtle Fillmore was diagnosed with tuberculosis as a young child. And she was determined to live another way, to prove that nothing is impossible with enough love. And she proved it with affirmative prayer. Over and over again. They say 18 months of continual affirmative prayer, affirming that she was whole, that she was healed in the deepest way. And the definition of AA in a nutshell is an organization that offers folks, supports folks in getting sober and staying sober, and then in turn helping others get sober and stay sober, using spiritual steps to do so. The definition of attitudinal healing, that's the Alcoholics Anonymous, and attitudinal healing supports healing and cultivates inner peace, provides spiritual principles to assist in the way we perceive life. A process of releasing our fears so we can experience our natural state, which is to be loving and peaceful. When we choose to change fearful attitudes, we are free to let go into the present moment where all the power is, to forgive ourselves and others, to feel our connectedness with others, and to feel loved. Unity and AA and attitudinal healing, each one teaches that love is the most powerful force in the universe. And that power will guide us to the extent we trust it and remember to call on it. We're not separate from it. We're never outside divine love. Unity in AA and attitudinal healing teaches that we are all teachers and we're all students to each other. The idea of unity, the idea of oneness, that we are all joined together in love. And I've been drawn back into those teachings, attitudinal healing, especially during this time, in these last few years, especially the last 9 months, like we were going through some collective final push in our pregnancy, collective pregnancy, birthing a new way in the world. Evolution are us. The way of peace. We are being called to remember to breathe. To breathe. You know, when we're in fear, we stop breathing. So we're being told to, or we're reminded to breathe and push peacefully. Push peacefully. A labor of love that the entire world is going through in this new age of Aquarius. You know, the age of Aquarius is that the revelation of truth and the expansion of consciousness on this planet. And I knew that I wanted to deepen the ideas of my Holy Trinity, just as I've done in those times in the past when I've begun to suffer from spiritual amnesia. Anybody have any of that going on right now? You know, well, there's the cure for that. You know, for me, it's when I forget I'm a spiritual being. That you are my brother and sister. I forget that, you know? And that we're all moving through this very human experience right now. What could be more human than giving birth? We all need a midwife right now. We need a spiritual midwife. We need a spiritual toolkit right now. And I've needed these teachings when I forgot that love was the answer. When I began to judge all those people in my lives. You know, judgments are only a reflection of what's going on within me. And that love is what I am, to remember that, to live that love is who you are, and to remember that. And sometimes we forget. When I see the terrorists storming the Capitol building, you know, I hear about insurrection and situations that gets my attention. You know, it gets our attention. The folks dying of a virus that literally sucks the breath out of us. If you contract it. And I think it's because fear has wormed its way back into our collective consciousness. COVID and riots and disruption and division and war. It's time to take our truth back. Not by might, but by right of consciousness. I'm not saying these things aren't happening. I'm not in denial. And it's time to wake up out of the dysfunction and the lie that created these outer experiences and inner attitudes. It's right in our face, isn't it? At least it is if you turn on the TV or read the paper or whatever, you know. But there is a power. There's not a power that's greater than the real power of divine love. And that's what we're made of. We're made in the image and likeness of love. We just have to turn our love on and turn it up. But it's fear that most of humanity, the collective us, was taught is the power. Perhaps you learned that somewhere, whether it was in school or in church. That, wow. It's a fear that we all bought into, and it is a lie. Most of us were brought up with the idea not of a loving creator, but one that would control us if we weren't good. Anybody have that one? Yeah. And there's many of us that still believe that. And then came unity for me. Then community, a different idea of a creator took birth in me. A loving, nurturing, kind, infinite intelligence. Not a fearful creator, but one that gives us free choice. Gives us a choice. We can make decisions based on oneness, not separation. And I don't know about you, but growing up, I had ample opportunity to wonder and question if I was lovable. You know, I really wondered if I was even worthy of love. I was brought up in a grief-filled home. My mother lost my little sister at birth, and I lived as a 2-year-old and older in a family that grieved. I was overweight, I was dyslexic, I was alcoholic, and all these stem from early childhood trauma. A fearful, judgmental, old man in the sky concept of God, being judged all the time. I never felt accepted or good enough. Can anyone identify? Yeah. And as most of us know, most of the issues in life, most of the problems in adulthood originated in the formative years of early childhood. We all have stuff. We all have stuff. The world is full of the collective stuff, of unresolved issues going back generations, of unhealed trauma that has been swept into the collective unconsciousness of the world, in you and in me, in all of humanity, our country, our government, our religions, our education, the list goes on and on. And to heal the world, it starts with you and me being willing to look at our unhealed stuff, not hide it under a rug, you know, but to really be willing to heal beliefs that no longer serve us or the world, those that we might still hold on to, the unresolved issues that continue to show up unconsciously in our health, in our relationships, in our finances, in our government, in our neighborhoods, and the list goes on, in our communities, in our families. And for me, AA, unity, and attitudinal healing have been helping me and millions of folks like you and me on the planet to move back into our original conscious wholeness, oneness with a loving Creator, to recover from spiritual amnesia, to teach only love, and to let go of fear, to live in this very precious moment where nothing is impossible with enough love. Do you have a midwife? Do you have a spiritual toolkit? Do you have your own Holy Trinity? Well, you know what? If you want help, you want support in living your best life, if you desire to change your life the better, you've come to the right place this morning. Yeah. Because this place, Unity, offers tools and practices that when practiced, when applied, can and will change your life for the best. Because the power is within you. The power of love is within you. It is your birthright. And I invite you to take that belief on for yourself. To not only change your life, but to change your world. to be a catalyst for healing, for wholeness, right here, right now. And it starts with you and me because it's an inside job. And we're here to support each other in working that inside job the best that we can. And as we practice being love, being peace, being kind, we will begin to think and act not on fears based on the past or fears of the future, but live fully in this present moment, the most powerful place there is. So did you know that this is going to happen if you do those things? That you will lose interest in conflict. You will lose interest in judging others. You will lose interest in worry or concern. You will have frequent, overwhelming episodes of appreciation. Whoa! You will have feelings of connectedness, oneness. You will have frequent attacks of smiling and even laughter. You know? I mean, really, laughter. Go figure. Wow! You know? You will have an increased tendency to let things happen rather than make things happen. Boy, do I know that one well, you know? And you will deepen your trust in something greater than yourself, and even more. You will have an increased susceptibility to the love extended by others, as well as the uncontrollable urge to love them back. It's like you can't contain yourself, you know? So I invite you, might want to come up for I invite you to find out what works for you. It might not be AA, you know, it may not be attitudinal healing. I certainly can prescribe a unity prescription about every day, but find what works for you. Find out what works for you and create your own holy trinity. And be love. And live love. Love, love. For that is truly what you are. And every day, make love your decision. Make love your decision.
If you'd like to stand and sing this together. Love is my decision. It's up to me to give of my heart. Love is my decision. No one else can tell me to start. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Can we have the track up a little bit louder, please? Love is my decision. Thank you. My decision, right here and now.
Inspirational, and this church needed that, to hear that right now. So love is our decision, and let us not forget that. Now remember the chaplains who are continue to serve you in both prayer and after the service. And are you guys doing phone calls yet? Doing them yet?
We're having a meeting, right?
Okay, good. Yeah, because things will be growing again. So there's a prayer corner on the side over there, and please feel free to pray with them. Now the prayer box is located right now in the hallway over there, and it's on the table just outside the doors. And write your prayer requests and place them in that box. Those prayers are held in confidence, and they're prayed here for 30 days, and then we send them to Silent Unity. And they're prayed again and held in confidence for another 30 days. So you're guaranteed 60 days of prayer just by putting something in one of those boxes. Let us prepare for our offering as we remember the abundance and flow in our lives. Whenever we see that we have enough, we'll also see abundance. We are so grateful to all of you who support us generously. So ushers, please come forward as we say our unity offertory blessing. In deep gratitude, I give way to the limitless flow of prospering substance. I am blessed with all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And the blessings are multiplied. Thank you, God. Today in every way. We are so grateful for the continued the generosity of spirit here, and
this beautiful spiritual center, Port Richey. I just want to say what a wonderful work you all continue to do, showing up for not only yourself but your community. And knowing that the gifts that you give, they come and they are multiplied by the love in your heart for this unity and for all those it serves. I see the gifts that you give with the generosity of your heart. And I see the love that is overflowing, that comes here, but it also comes right back to you. It's a circle of love. And that's what we give thanks for right now. We give thanks for the generous giver and the generous receiver. And so it is. And so we let it be.
Well, we thank you all for being with us today. We trust that you have been uplifted and inspired. Let's remember to thank all of those who have attended us so diligently through this service. Jeremiah, thank you. Linda, who's not here today, her daughter graduated, I heard, with honors college on this weekend. So we'll get to hear about that next week. Gail, thank you so much. And Marie, who will be leaving us. We found that she is a snowbird who's going back to the north, if I'm correct. And the ushers that helped us, and especially our wonderful guest, Reverend McCarthy. And now, please stand while we sing the peace song. God is, and all is well. Have a great week, you guys.